Hello my dears, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 3, and it was a while ago, but if you remember when we last left off, we had discovered a particular gesture which will grant us access to one of the most secret and most devastatingly difficult areas of the game. So what you have to do is do this. This is, I think it's called, it's some sort of dragon pose, I don't know, but it's like a meditation pose. And you have to do it here in this very particular area of the Irithyll dungeon. It's signified by all these statues and all of these other knights, these corpses of other knights. That's the only clue you get. And if you look in the distance, you can see a citadel, and that's kind of where we're going. The implication seems to be that it's not entirely literal. Like a lot of... What the hell was that? Like a lot of things in this game. It's almost like a vision quest that we're going on. This is Archdragon Peak. It's an area of the game that, unless you've read a walkthrough on how to get there, you ain't going to find it. It really is as simple as that. It is so obscure. It is so difficult to find. Well, you have to get the gesture first, and you get the gesture from an area of the game which is after Osiris, the consumed king, which is itself very, very secret. Here we are. This is Archdragon Peak, and you can tell it's a different area of the game. It's like it's not entirely the same reality as the rest of the game, because look, the sky is different. Everything is different here. It's very like those areas of Dark Souls 2 where there were dragons roosting, like the dragon temples. It's very, very like that. There are also dragon men hybrids who are very, very distressing. Very like the snake men from Dark Souls 1. They're kind of the derivatives of them for this game, and they're much tougher. They're much tougher. Here's one of them now. He doesn't look that tough, but if you see his stretchy head, if you let him get a foothold, he will murder you. These guys are really tough, and they're not the only ones. There are some very big ones as well, some sort of like gigantic ogre scale ones who are very, very tough. Also, the difficulty arc in this area it becomes vertiginous. It just shoots up vertically at this point. This area is one of the hardest in the entire game. It's also got a secret boss who is potentially one of the hardest in the game. There are a couple of bosses here, actually. One of which is very, very, very fitting, considering that it's called Archdragon Peak. It's not a dragon, necessarily, it's a wyvern, which is slightly different. But very, very draconic, nonetheless. There are lots of areas here where you can't go in... you can't just go in brute force. If you try that, you are going to fail. This is one of them. The enemy placement here is so specific. There is a pattern, and there are ways of approaching every situation. We're going to die a lot. Oh, hear the bells? That's significant. Bells have always had a very particular significance in Dark Souls, have they not, since Dark Souls 1? When you had to... basically, the mission of the game was ringing the twin bells to dispel the barriers that allowed you access to the Great Souls. This is kind of a derivative of the same metaphysics. There is a great bell here, and it will summon an entity who's a point of contention in the background, I think it's fair to say. He's essentially one of the gods, but he is a nameless god. It's generally thought to be Gwyn's eldest son. The firstborn of Gwyn's pantheon, who betrayed them, actually, and sided with the dragons. He is a dragon-riding god. He uses a lot of powers and a lot of weapons that are charged with lightning. So, which of course links him thematically to Gwyn. But he's never named. He's never named. And he also rides a very big war wyvern, which is very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Okay, but to get there, we're going to have to go through some shit, I can tell you. This area, whoa, it starts hard, and it gets harder. Okay, As you can see, the conditions are different here. You can see the moon for one thing. That's kind of interesting. Okay, we need to go and do the first boss of this area, which is a tricky one. It's tricky in the sense that there is a trick to beating it. It's not like most bosses where you stand and fight it. If you do that, it will kill you. It's almost impervious to damage, being it's a dragon, it's a wyvern, but a species of dragon. Oh, there's one of the big ones. See the guy over there? He's huge. They are very tough. They're fast. They don't have many of the weaknesses that bigger enemies in these games tend to have. The slowness, the lack of tracking, the cumbersome quality. They don't have it. They are really quick and big and tough and will kill you in a couple of hits, maybe? Yes. One of the best things you can do is get them to strike. If you can get them to strike and then get them on the hot foot, that's one way of doing it. Even that is tricky. They've got a lot of nasty, naughty tricks about them, these guys. They can breathe fire, for one thing, which tends to come as a shot. There we go. Oh, you can see... Oh, well. That was ignominious, wasn't it? That was really ignominious. We fell off of Archdragon Peak. Yeah. Well. Let's not do that again. Oh, that went very well. Let's try not doing that this time, shall we? At least we're relatively high level and have quite some very decent weapons and magic about us. We're gonna need it. Coming here without being fully leveled up or fully equipped is a death sentence. As I say, it's one of the harder areas in the game. I would say probably the hardest. Barring the DLC. There are areas of the Ringed City that are harder. There may be areas of the Painted World that are harder. But not many. Certainly not many. Oh, many corpses. Hello, sir. Ooh, a shield that I probably won't ever use. Nice to have, though. Nice to have. And the Titanite chunk. Another thing you'll find all around this area, ways of upgrading your weapons and armor. They really, really want you to upgrade your weapons here. Because you're gonna need to. Another corpse, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot that we got these twin Drang blades last time. These are quite fun. I've upgraded them with darkness, which is quite a nice effect to have. Okay, here we go. This is very impressive. Oh, look at him. Isn't he beautiful? That's a great elder wyvern. An ancient wyvern, in fact. Insofar as I'm aware, the distinction between a wyvern and a dragon is that wyverns tend to be smaller, they're like lesser species of dragons, and they don't have any forelimbs like dragons do. If you look, his forelimbs are his wings, and that is a distinction between wyverns and dragons. Still, pretty bloody dangerous as they go. The trick is not to fight it. Let it kill the monsters, let it kill the dragon men who are coming at you. And you have to sort of make your way through this assault course of the ruins whilst it's trying to kill you. And towards the end, we will have opportunity to kill it. In one stroke, in fact. This is a very, very tricky assault course, this one. Not least of which because that thing harasses you all the way through. It's a very, very tough area, this one. If you don't know the layouts and the patterns, you're gonna die a lot. And, you know, even if you do, you're gonna die a lot. And I do. There's been a fair bit of judicious editing here. Some of the deaths I will show you, but not many of them because there are too many. As you can see, the enemies are placed such that they can knock you off of areas really easily. They can ambush you and herd you into corners really easily. It's not a nice area. Ow, thank you. I'm trying to think. I think there's only one true dragon in Dark Souls 3. And yeah, we will be fighting it. It's going to be tricky, but we will be fighting it. It's in the Ring City DLC, and it's a nasty piece of work, I can tell you. The hardest boss in the game, according to many. This part, don't even bother. Don't try to fight them, just run. There is absolutely no point. The Wyvern will take out most of them with its fire, and it's just too difficult. They are positioned in such a manner that they will just gank you. They will gang up on you and gank you. It's very, very, very hard. What you want to do is make your way over this way. And now the Wyvern is in position, so we can kill it in one hit. All we have to do, come down this way, and wait for its head to lower. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Now. Now we can do it. Aha! That's how you do it. Killed in one blow. And that is the death of the ancient Wyvern. It's probably been there for centuries and generations of humanity. And now a little cutscene where we teleport deeper into Archdragon Peak. It's not the only way to do it. You can go through the door back there, and that will take you to exactly the same place. But it's fun killing the Wyvern. We will come back through this area because there are treasures scattered round about. Oh, summoned by a bell, no less. We were actually summoned by a monster with a summoning bell. It's one of those dragon men, but it's a priestly incarnation. And they're very tough. They've got some very powerful spells, and they can summon other heroes. Like, now... Oh, he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't done it yet. So let's see if we can kill this guy before he summons anyone in. Oh, he's chucking magic at us. That's interesting, because that's the magic of humanity. That's Manus's magic. It's the magic of the abyss. Let's activate this shortcut before we do anything else. I'm going to have to at some point change my armor and get something a bit more permanent. Because we're heading into the end game now, really. We're nearly done. Well, I say we're nearly done. There's still going to be hundreds of videos on this because the small areas we do need to do are very, very tricky. They are very tricky indeed. After this, we've got to finish the Painted World. We've got to fight Father Ariandel. And we also need to do the Ring City. The Ring City DLC, which is very, very tough. Oh, there it is. There's one of the dragon priests. These guys are they're not tough. They don't have physical density or anything like that, but they're very hard to approach because of the magic they use. There we go. You see the snake head? Very cool. I like those guys. Look at the dragon statues, and the implication seems to be that these are calcified dragon people. They're actually not statues. They're a species of dragon-human hybrid, which has all but died out. There are these things as well, these odd little critters. These guys are tough. They can knock you off the edge of cliffs very easily. They've got incredible stagger damage, and they breathe fire, and they roll up into balls and roll at you. They are not nice. Loads of Titanite scales, that's good. Whoa, lots of areas to fall off. Good to know. There will be another knight around here somewhere, another hero, which was summoned in. There he is. He'll have been summoned in by the dragon priest up there. Okay. We are not going to fight this fair. I'm just going to chuck magic at him, pyromancy. Everything here is lethal. Everything is very, very tough indeed. Look at the stagger on that. Unbelievable. Drapeblood Greatsword. I might have a look at that. I don't think I've ever used that. I don't know what its qualities are. That's very beautiful. It's an entire culture centered around revering the ancient dragons. So it's the antithesis of Gwyn's cult, because in Gwyn's cult the dragons are basically the devil. Gwyn and his cohort effectively drove the dragons into extinction. It's what his knights are for. They were, the silver knights that you encounter. They earned their spurs by murdering dragons. It's why Gwyn developed his lightning magic as well, because lightning is very good against the dragons. It pierces their armor. There's the bell again. But yeah, in the metaphysics of the original Dark Souls, the dragons occupied reality before it became reality. They're basically they're Lovecraftian in this mythology. They're some ancient elder species that were around before the rules of creation itself, certainly before fire and before creation and time as it's understood generally in these games. And Gwyn and the other old lords, Nito and the Witch of Izalith, murdered them, killed them all. Alongside Seif the Scaleless, who was their... he was the turncoat, he's the Judas of the bunch. He was a dragon, he was one of the ancient dragons, and he betrayed them. He's the one who taught Gwyn their weakness, that if you get beneath the armour and use lightning against them, it will kill them. But this looks to be... it's a remnant of some ancient culture that's probably survived through the different cycles and iterations of reality that reveres the old dragons. I mean, if you remember in Dark Souls 1, there are a couple of old dragons left. There was the one that you fought in Ulasil. I can't remember its name, but one of the hardest bosses in the game. Took me a lot of time to kill that one. And there was... there's the one you encounter down in the Ashen Lake, who's an ally, one of the last great dragons alive, whom you can actually kill. If you kill it, you get its tail as a weapon. This gauntlet is a pain. I remember this. This took me a long time to do when I first played this game. I was stuck here for literally months. This is a really difficult area. I will endeavour not to die too much, and I'll edit it so you don't have to watch me dying ad infinitum. Because that would be boring, my loves. Hello! Just enemies that have very tough movement patterns. They're very difficult to preempt or predict, and they can knock you off the edge very easily. Pyromancy and sorcery sort of comes into its own here. Sorcery is very, very good here, actually. Anything long range. If you specialise with a bow or a crossbolt, this is, yeah, it's excellent here. Otherwise, it's just a case of taking it very slowly. Very, very slowly indeed. I love the sense of this place as somewhere truly ancient. It feels like this is one of the oldest spaces in this whole game. In fact, like I said, it's not necessarily real. It's some pseudo-reality that's held in place somewhere outside of creation, and that you can only reach through meditation and contact with the gods. Oh, I'm being invaded, aren't I? Shit. Oh no, that's not good. Oh, I haven't got time to fight a bloody invader. No, go away. I don't want to fight you. Do not want to fight. Go away. This is not going to end well. Ooh, very nice. I don't want to fight this guy. I'm busy. Sod off. I should just knock him off the edge, really, shouldn't I? Go away. Ah. Best thing about this weapon, you can catch them while they're rolling with it because of just the sheer arc of it. It's amazing. Also, it eats through their armour, which is nice. Whoop, he's got me in a corner. That's not good. If he falls down there, I might actually be able to take him. Although, there's a big dude down there as well. Look, one of the giants with the axes. Don't necessarily want to be fighting one of them at the moment. Certainly not alongside an invader. It would be bad for all concerned. Oh, you bastard! He's casting a prayer that locks my magic. Well. Sod you. And I don't think I've got anything that can turn that off either. God, I hate you so much. I forgot this is a PvP area. And what's he doing? Oh, there's the bell. Now I can drop on his head and do mega damage, but then I've got to fight the invader as well. Hang on. Hurry. Oh, yes! Got him! Ooh, and now I'm being attacked from behind and he's healed. God damn it. God damn it! God, this is not a nice area for PvP, I can tell you that. Ah! Yeah, some of the invaders are real cunts, you know that? They really are. Oh, dear me. They can ruin a perfectly good run. Oh well. God, yeah, I've edited it, so I've just got back here. Because otherwise it would be annoying. Okie dokie. I like it seems as though later peoples who have set up camp here or who lived here have tried to shore it up or somehow repair it with these scaffolds. This whole area actually reminds me of the environments from Dark Souls 2, which is kind of interesting. Oh, Crystal Lizard, hello! What have you got for me? Twinkling Titanite, which is difficult to say. Very nice. Oh no! There's a run here that's full of those weird rock lizard things, and the Wyvern is also going to be harassing us. So this is going to be fun. Hello. Trying to see if it's breathing or not. Are you a mimic? No monster ahead. Oh, I trust you. Oh, well, you were telling the truth. Isn't that nice? Titanite scale. Always good. It's all very ritualistic and ceremonial around here, isn't it? I like the sensors that are everywhere. Can't get to you yet. Oh well. Okay, this is going to be tough. This run is a pest. These things are pains. They can roll at you, they can knock you off the edge. I mean, you can force them off the edge yourself. Ah, but when they catch you like this, very tricky. Look at the little legs. Off you go. That's a good view, isn't it? That looks great. Alright, you next. Let's see if we can deal with you. Yeah, they do those little hops that carry them away. It's very, very hard. Don't let him catch you with his fire breath or he will murder you. Oh, god damn it. Right, I will teleport right back there. Yeah, those things are pains. They're very, very good for upgrading your weapons, though, because they will give you Titanite scales and things like that. Interestingly, for rock creatures, the Chaos Fire really does do damage to them, which is nice. Ah. Excellent. I think normal pyromancy they're quite inured to. I don't think you can do much damage to them with it. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. Oh, love that little roll. It's kind of cute. They seem to be... they look like derivatives of those demons that you find in Izalith. The stone, the gargoyle creatures. Gotcha. It's a lovely meaty sound when you kill things in this game, isn't it? The feedback is very good. Okay, so the Wyvern will drop here. There he is. Okay. And he will cause us bother. Because... oh no, this is a different Wyvern, isn't it? It's got to be a different Wyvern because we killed the other one. Okay, that means we've got to kill this one at some point. I mean, you've got to, don't you? If it's there, you've got to kill it. Ow. don't bother. That's the trick here. A lot of people fall into the trap of trying to fight them. Don't, just run. The Wyvern will kill them with its fire. And there's just too many of them. There's 4 of them out there, and they will, given the smallness of the playing area, they'll just kill you very quickly. There's another one of those summoners through here. And the warrior he summons is a pest. There's that bell. It's this guy. His rapier, look how fast this is. Look at that. Look at that. How insane is that? Whoa, he's not got any armour, clearly. Well, he's basically naked, but he's tough. He's got Volnir's crown. It's interesting. Yes, I have cut just to get right back here. Oh, fireballs, great. Hello. How many of these wyverns are there around here? Quite a few by the looks of it. I mean, it's nowhere near the dragon problem that they had in Dark Souls 2. There's that area you can get to, which is just infested with dragons. They're just everywhere. It's like a dragon spawning ground, and there's also an ancient dragon at the end of it, which you can either take its advice or you can fight it. Right, let's run past him for now. And the summoner's there. I'm going to run past him as well, because I believe we can get through here. Now, this is the area. This here is where you can summon the boss, and we are going to be doing that, but just not yet. We're going to be doing a few things. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you mind? Do you mind, sir? Look at the... Can you see the sort of skirt holding him up? The scaffold that holds it up. That is really comical. God, trying to get a good hit on this guy is very tricky. Whoop! Getting ganked. There we go. Hang on. Come on. Come on. Powerful sorcerer. Very nasty sorcerers indeed. And now he's dead. Right, let's take out the summoned guy, the naked guy with Volnir's crown. I believe we get a weapon for killing him. We get the rapier, which has got a very nice moveset actually. Not much reach, but if you can get into contact, it will kill most things. A good flurry will kill most things. Isn't that right, sir? But you need to get close. That's the problem with it. Goodbye, Ricard's rapier. Yes. Oh, hello. Sort of a breach here. Let's just have a look what's up there, just in case there's something significant. I don't think there is, but... No, not really. It's just a shortcut back. Excuse me. It's been a long week. Okay, right. That's where we'll be going eventually. That's the end. This is not the end. Nothing will remain once the bell is tolled. That's actually correct. So we're going to activate the bonfire, and then we'll come and do the... we'll come and have a go at the boss. I don't promise anything, you know? Right, before we do that actually, I'm just going to have a look outside, because there is some stuff. There's a lot of stuff out here. This is a tricky gauntlet as well. There are hundreds of those dragon men, the snake guys. Hundreds of them. And they approach in very particular patterns and in very particular formation. So you've got to learn how to fight them. There's also an old friend out here. Or someone who looks like an old friend. Or may even be this this cycle's iteration of an old friend. We'll go and meet him in a moment. Okay. Okay. Nothing down here? No. Not at the moment. Portcullis there. I don't know how we opened that. But once we've rang the bell we won't be able to, because this area disappears. Temporarily, it will come back. An ember. Oh, that's nice. Okay, right. I promise nothing in terms of actually defeating this enemy. Nothing whatsoever. But we'll go and have a look at him, because he's, you know, it's nice to see him. Before we do that, however, there is one of these rock things annoyingly placed. I mean, you can knock it off, but if you do that, there's every chance that your momentum will carry you over the edge along with it, which we don't want. Hello! They always, in return, they always do those little hops. They are right pains in the arse, these monsters. They're one of those weird monsters where there's no good tactic for them. You've just got to sort of power through them as best you can. They also give out Twinkling Titanite, which is good. In fact, I think they give out most materials, you know. Ember restored. Okay. Are you a mimic? Monster ahead. Ooh, it could be. It could be a mimic. Are you breathing? Hiya! Oh no. Well, he didn't attack me, so... Ah, more Twinkling Titanite. There's a couple of weapons we should be able to upgrade now, which is nice. Some good ones as well, actually. Oh, yes, the Moonlight Sword. We might be able to upgrade the Moonlight Sword now. Nice. Now, be prepared for a familiar face, my loves. Oh, there's the Wyvern. Oh, who's that? By the slain dragon. Can you see who it is yet? Oh. If it isn't Havel, then it's one of his... It's someone wearing his armour and using his weapon, the big dragon bone thing. This guy is tough. He's got all of Havel's moves, basically. But also with the added bonus that he tracks a lot better than Havel does. The backstab thing is not going to work against him, unfortunately, like it used to. So a lot of his weaknesses are gone. One of the best things you can do is get him to fall off the edge, if you can do it. It's very tough, but it is possible. Whoa! And by the way, if he catches you, don't expect to survive. He will kill you. If he gets you with that thing, you're done. And it's got such a reach on it. It's unbelievable. Such a bloody reach. Isn't that right, Hav? Whoop. I'm sure he doesn't appreciate being called that. Ah, there we go, we're dead. Oh no, not yet. Yep, there we are. All of Havel's hallmarks. If it isn't this cycle's version or incarnation of Havel, it's a bloody good takeoff, I can tell you. Maybe one of Havel's students or something. I choose to believe that it's the Havel of this cycle, and that somehow he got trapped here. It's a shame, really, because his master's gone. Nah, Gwyn isn't even in this cycle. Or if he was, he's been devoured. Okay, I suppose what we can do is... ooh, have we got any embers? Yeah. I suppose what we can do is activate the bell here. This might be tough. Okay. This boss is one of the hardest in the game. He's a secret boss. He's an optional boss. You don't have to do him. But he's a lot of fun. May take a few tries, this one, my loves. Now this is really fun. This summons a storm to Archdragon Peak. I've got a coffee, by the way. Again with the bells. The bells are just so significant in this metaphysics. They summon things. Bells are not just common or garden bells. They are summoning devices in these games. I mean, quite literally in Bloodborne, of course, you use a bell to summon other dreamers to fight alongside or against you. Now, this storm remains permanent until you kill the boss. So once it's done, you've got to do it. Because it blocks off other areas of Archdragon Peak, you've got to do it. Look at that. I know it doesn't look very stable, but we can walk on that. We can actually walk on the storm. And that's the arena where we're going to fight the boss. How cool, eh? Right, I've changed into some different armour, so I'm a bit more fluid, and I've got some summons coming. Because we're going to need them. Believe me, I have no pride when it comes to Dark Souls. I will summon in as many. Well, that's fun. That guy, that's what the boss looks like. That guy is dressed in all of the boss's armor and carries the boss's weapons. How fun is that? Now, just wait for the other one. Oh, yeah, hello. And that one, a Warrior of Sunlight. Yay! Hello, sir. How you doing? Praise the sun, etc. Now watch this. Hey, look at that. Can walking on the air. Yeah? I'm not going to sing. Don't worry. It's not quite close enough to Christmas yet. Okay, here we go. This is tough. Here he is. He's a god riding a dragon. A wyvern, rather. Either way. The King of the Storm, the son of Gwyn. Ow! Well, this is going well. Oh dear. Shit. Well, at least you saw him, guys. When we come back, I tell you what, we'll have a go at him. Until then, my dears, bye-bye.